Well, Mary, I was kind of, I just got, my friend just left. We had dinner and just had fun talking and laughing. You know, she knows you, by the way. She remembers you. Maybe one day she'll tell you what she thinks of you because she's so sweet. But anyway, I was just washing up some dishes and I had to sit down for a minute and I just clicked on you to see what you were up to. And what do I hear? I want to help you out here. Now, listen, a dignified person, a, a dignified person would not publicly get on here. This is why people get at you all the time, because you're nasty. All right, you're nasty. It's disgusting, and you were taught better. You get on here talking about throwing up. I promise you, I can promise you, nobody wants to hear about you throwing up or having diarrhea. That's just not topics that we talk about and around people. You know, it's kind of like hanging your dirty underwear out in the front yard. You don't do that. You don't hang clean or dirty in the front yard. If you're going to hang anything, put the clean ones in the backyard on a line. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you change yourself. You really don't want people to get you all the time. Why don't you talk about something other than your bodily functions or lying about people, attacking people, because that's what you're doing. You antagonize, you just keep, you don't stop, and then you don't stop. And I also wanted you to understand something. The internet is not your grandmother. You are not always going to get your way. It's time you hear this true fact. This is a fact. This is the way life is. One person may give you everything you want, but that is not the whole world. You know what? It's like a mama eagle, an eagle bird. You got to think about this now. The eagle in her nest, when her babies, when it's time for them to fly, she pushes them out of the nest. And then she'll swoop down and save them a couple of times. I can't recall how many, but she'll swoop and save them. But then the day comes that she don't save them no more. And it's either fly or die. They either gonna hit the ground or they're gonna fly. Because she knows if she don't teach them, she's not gonna be there to save them forever. So you need to understand, it's a little late to push you out of the nest. Lord knows I wish I had pushed you out of something, but nobody did. Your grandmother is not here. She is not the internet. The way you got your way with her is what you're doing right now. It doesn't work with other people. It doesn't work with me. It never has. You've got to stop it. If you want to get people to really listen to you, talk about something true. Talk about something about your day. Go do something and take people with you. Go to another museum or something. That wasn't hard to watch at all. Do something like that. Do something other than attack other people. You did do this. This is, you know, you took away videos because you don't want people to know the things that you've done that antagonize people. You don't want people to know what you've done that brought me to YouTube. You want to keep that all away from there. You don't want people to know the truth because you need that money from them because this is your life. This is what you chose. But I'm trying to help you be a little more dignified with yourself. Nobody wants to hear about your bodily stuff. Nobody. I mean, it's disgusting. Some people have weak stomachs and they don't want to hear it. I am one of those people. I don't need to hear it. But if you want to go to a museum, I'll watch and I probably would enjoy it. You got to stop. You need to shut up and stop and realize that grandma is not here. The world is not grandma. AP is not your grandmother and he is not your lover. He's not anything for you. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Quit obsessing over it. I mean, and I'm sure the other guys and people, they're probably getting a little jealous. I mean, Lord, you've just obsessed over him. And, he kind of came in I would say kind of in the middle. I mean, you were out there. But first, he fell upon you through the other ones. And he's done, he hasn't lied. And anything that wasn't right, he fixed it. He immediately. I trust him. I believe he's an honest person. I think he's funny. And he has a sense of humor that you got to kind of like. And I know you like him. I know you like it because you're obsessing over him. Terribly. It's really disgusting. And you know better than that. We don't do that. We don't do that. We're not like, we shouldn't be like, I believe we shouldn't be that way. I believe a young lady should watch her mouth. Don't cuss. And don't ask God for help and then turn right around and just start cussing him and saying the F word and acting all big and bad. Don't do that. I mean, because when you really need him, you might call on him. He might remember that, you know. Let's just say there is one. Let's just say there really is a God. Well, guess what? I wouldn't be cussing him in one breath and then turn around and ask him for something in the next. So I wouldn't do that no more, just in case. I would go with just in case. In case there is, I'm not going to do that. Do whatever you got to do. But I just really wanted to share with you about that whole, to try to help you be a little more dignified. I mean, you know, it's just, I would love to see you be productive. I would love to see you not waste the wonderful gift you were given, you know, like Mom, you know, you were, because everything I've learned in life, Mary, I feel like it was a gift. And I still learn every day. When I read a comment, I think about that comment. And if it's something that I need to take instruction from, Mary, I am 63 years old. And guess what? I will take that instruction because it never hurts to change. And just in case I want to do it, you know, what I feel is right. You know, I don't want, you know, I don't want to be rejected at heaven because you know, you can say, well, there isn't a God or whatever you want to say, but I'm just in case, I'm going to cover it because it doesn't hurt to go in favor of versus against. Do you know what I mean? Just don't do that. Let me help you. Let me help you be a lady. Now, you may not have a large following when I get done teaching you how to be a proper lady, but at least you'll have honest people that are there because you're enjoyable. You know, don't you want to have people around you that enjoy what you're saying or talking about or where you're going today, instead of the maybe one or two people that you get that gives you something because they feel so poor pitiful for you because they don't see the whole story. They don't know the pain and torment that you caused others, including myself. They don't know about that because you take it away. You hide your lies. You hide them. I'm going to tell you this really quick. Also, I downloaded your book because, see, I'd never really downloaded it, even though I bought it, because it's trash. But I went ahead and did it again because I got to thinking about something. It's really been kind of bothering me because last year, when I was talking to Virgie and them, you know, before you had him taken off the platform, which I thought, you're dirty. You're really dirty. Because he talked to me. I know you just can't stand it. But anyway, we had talked about, like, they went over the book compared to your court records because they had all the legal stuff and they understand that kind of stuff because they're smart. And Virgie and I had talked a long time ago about going over, like, from the family perspective of what's true and what's not, of things that I know. And we never got to do that. But I tell you what, I'm rereading it first. And I am gathering the things that I can show and prove. And I'm going to do that. You know, if I can show where you're lying, as far as family, now I'm not going to get into the court stuff. That's already been taken care of. But the other things that are in there, which isn't, I mean, it's a short book. Thank the good Lord for that. So, but we're going to go over it, Mary, because I want, like you said, you want to document. I do too, hon. I want to document things like that. I want to document the lies and everything you do and say compared to the truth. And I'm not going to grab no text message or anything like that. I'm seriously going to go through what I have and find something that can, you know, put some truth to what I'm saying. You know, just because I can't take you anymore. And I'm not going to leave this earth and leave you saying the things you say about us. It would be nice if you could change and maybe try to become a decent person, and someone who has a channel to discuss some different things instead of what you do and trying to browbeat everybody. You're trying to have a tantrum to get me gone and all the others taken off the plot. You want, you know, when you say I want to, you know, get them gone, what you're saying is, wah, I'm not getting my way, and I'm going to stomp my feet, and I'm going to make somebody make you go away, and I'm going to be left here to tell my lies. You know, really, Mary, does that sound fair to you? Does that sound fair that you're allowed to try to remove people because they don't agree with you? That's not the way life really is, and it's time you learned. Nobody on the internet is your grandma. No one is just going to give you your way. They may throw a couple of dollars at you, but then they figure you out because you'll cuss them out too. Just stop this and just try to learn. Pick people. Go on. There is so many videos out there of people who are more dignified acting and still have a channel that people want to hear, that they might say something. You know, you might learn something. Just do that for a little while and see what happens. That way people won't try to get you off. They want you gone because you're driving everybody nuts. You know, you're driving people crazy. Oh, sorry, I just had a moment shaking the camera. But just know that I'm not going anywhere, and I'm going to document as well. And I'm going to document some more truth because it should have happened and it hasn't. So we're going to do it. Listen, I'm going to get off here right now. I got to finish my dishes because it's getting late. But, you know, please listen to me. Be more dignified. Don't be talking about your bodily stuff. You know, I think you could get a lot further if you would just listen to some of your comments, read them, put some heart in it, and look at yourself versus blaming others. At one point, not that you have to, but at some point it would be more beneficial to accept some accountability. You don't even have to say anything. Just change the way you are now. Change your actions. Nobody needs to know about your medication, where you're going, how you're going, or if you're going. No one needs to hear any of that. Because it's, you know, they don't care if you take Zoloft, Mary. Millions of people in this world suffer from depression and take Zoloft. I mean, Lord, I couldn't stand to be around Martha if she didn't have Zoloft. Because she'd get so sad and, you know, just sad. And it was like hard to cheer somebody up like that. And, you know, it's clinical depression. And just go get it. You don't need to announce it to the world. Just go to the bathroom. You don't need to tell us you're going or you went. Don't need to tell what happened when you got in there. You can say, excuse me, I'm going to the restroom. But you don't got to come back and tell us what happened in there. We all know what happened in there. We all did the same thing. We don't want to hear about yours because the way you are is nasty. It's nauseating. Don't do it, okay? It's not some cute little cuddly bunny story. It's disgusting, okay? We don't do that. Just don't do that. All right, let me get off here.